Hey lovelies, I am here with a fragrance haul for you today. I have several fragrances that I really love, one that I wish I hadn't bought, and lots of things to go over. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. We're gonna dive right into this. I don't wanna keep this video too long. I do also wanna say that getting ready for this video, I just feel completely ridiculous. Fragrance and scent has always been something that I have been very into, and this year I just jumped into that pool even harder, even deeper, even faster, whatever I'm trying to say. And now I'm like, okay, Kelly, let's regulate. So I have a feeling that I have one scent that is on my wish list. Maybe I will talk about that at the end of this video. And that might be it for a good while. And I also am putting some limits on myself that we'll get into at the end of this video. So maybe this is like a sort of like scent haul and confessional. That's gonna be what we're gonna call this one. All right, so let's just dive in. Several of these, three of these? No, two of these are because of Olfactif. Now, when I started out with Olfactif, I was doing the deluxe sampler, so it had both the men's and women's in it. I love a good unisex scent. I think that a lot of the scents that they send out are unisex, but I get that they sort of have to categorize it somehow. So I was starting out with that, and then I was like, okay, 6 scent samples every month is just more than I can handle. And then I moved to 3, and now I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to pause for a moment. And part of the reason that I feel ridiculous is I paused, and then like immediately the next month, the curated set, I was like, I need that in my life. I need to try those scents. And so I actually reached out to the brand and I was like, okay, I just paused my subscription. I'm trying to like undo it. How do I figure this out? Because I really would like this month's curated set. They did figure out a way for me to order it. I did. Do you think I can find that set right now? No. I don't know where it is. So here I am, quote unquote, needing to try these fragrances, and then I lose them in the melee of it all. So that's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna right off the bat say that I think I'm done with scent samples for the rest of the year. Am I maybe gonna keep my scent subscriptions? Perhaps, but I'm definitely not purchasing any other scent samples for the rest of the year. That is a solid, that's it. It's solid. I will say I did purchase some samples from a brand already. I am currently testing those out to be able to give you my thoughts on that. So that doesn't count. And when that video comes around, I'm going to say, this is the one that I said doesn't count, y'all. But other than that, I'm done. Okay, so there's part of my confessional. Boom. All right, enough of that. Evidently, the guilt was just getting me and I had to get that confessional out of the way right now. So let's get into the haul. So this first one is from Montagne Parfums. This is Arabian Orient. This is obviously the box that it came in. Now this I got because I tried it out in my Olfactif subscription. Actually, these first two are both from, were they in the same subscription? They might have been, I can't remember. But this Montagne perfume, Arabian Orient, is, first of all, something that I think is going to be really great going from summer into fall. It's going to be a really great transitional scent. The notes on this are lemon, cardamom, saffron, caramel, raspberry, and benzoin. So it has a little bit of fruitiness, but like some spiciness, some sexiness. A big reason as to why I got this was honestly Jeremy's reaction to this one. I think I wore it to bed the one day and he's like, what are you wearing? That is incredibly sexy. He's like, wow. So I was like, well, okay, with a reaction like that, maybe this is one that I need to get. The other reason I picked this up was because of the price. So this is a 1.7 fluid ounce or 50 ml size, and this is $40 on the Olfactif site. Plus I got my discount. So this was incredibly inexpensive. And I think that there's just something so unique about this. Like, I get the raspberry and I get the spices. It's just so interesting. It's not sweet. It's a little bit more on the spicy side, but it does have that little bit of fruitiness, and it's not woody, but it is rich. Does that make sense? Like, I right away want to say woody, but it's not the woodiness. It might be the benzoin in it, but it's just like, it's a little rich. I don't know how to explain it, but I think that this is going to be really nice because I can layer this with other fruity fragrances that I have. And then going into fall and winter, I could layer this with, you know, more gourmands. I could layer it with vanilla, like anything like that. I think is going to be really nice. And it was Jeremy's reaction. And I was like, well, for $40, babe, if you really like this, I'm going to pick this up. I do also think, I bet he would like this. I should maybe have him wear this sometime. He does like fragrances that lean a little bit into like slightly sweet, but this isn't sweet. You hear caramel or caramel, however you like to say it. And I think it's not like overly cotton candy. It's just more of that like rich sweet. And I really like this. It isn't vanilla-y. That's why I think it would be good paired with a vanilla. It's just super yummy. I don't know. There's just something about this one. Okay. I'm going to read to you. So on the olfactive site, it says a spiced background of cardamom and saffron find its way on top of a luscious caramel drizzle that dances with beautiful notes of vetiver, patchouli, and wooded notes of fleshy cedar. There is wood in this. I thought so. A floral sea of geranium mixed with raspberry. You'll find the spice notes pull through more as you wear it. So on this website, they say notes include lemon, geranium, cardamom, saffron, caramel, cedarwood, patchouli, vetiver, musk, labdanum, benzoin, and raspberry. So you sort of have like molecular notes, you have fruity notes, you have woody notes, you have some more like herbal musky notes. Like, I think that's why that this is just so interesting to me. And for $40, it's a very unique set. So I do really like this one. And by the way, Olfactive also does samples. You can order just samples. If there's ever a scent that I'm talking to you about and you're like, dang, I really want to try that one, you can get samples from them. And they are like the decent size ones. Let me see. I have them right here. They're not like the little tiny, tiny ones. They're like a good little size like this. This is from another sampler that I don't think I've actually tried on yet. Anyway, carry on. So the other scent that I got, this one's on the other side of the spectrum as far as notes go. So this is Tonka Zur from Pearlescent Parfums. And this was just so fun and unique. Looking back now, I'm kind of like, I don't regret it, but it's definitely one that is just like, I don't know, there's just something about this. I love the notes of this, but, and which I will go into in just a second. There's also just something a little bit, there's just like one note in here that kind of hits me odd. Let me give you the description. So on the olfactive site, it says, say hello to fizzy champagne with that floral apple sweetness. Mouth-watering blueberry appears as the little bubbles pop. So realistic you can almost feel it on your tongue. As the depth of berry leans into that unmistakable floral fruit, zinging intensity of black currant, nimbly folded into a tender and honey-like bouquet of rosewater, neroli, and jasmine. All this blooming dessert-like sweetness is hugged by the edginess of a decadent dose of patchouli, made significantly gentler by a coyly beckoning but no less sexy ambered tonka muskiness. Decadent as icing, silky as buttercream, sexy as sin, but elegant as an evening gown, this is a delicious and magical balance of everything a bottle of perfume should be. Okay, literally, like, see, this is what gets dangerous. Because olfactive is so good at like creating these descriptions and you're like, yes, I want that. Now, the notes said a bit more simply, champagne, blueberry compote, black currant, rosewater, iris, neroli, jasmine, sandalwood, tonka bean, patchouli, amber, and musk. Okay, this one was not $40. The full size, I have to say, this bottle, it gives me like Grecian, I don't know, like, I don't know. I really like this bottle. It is very beautiful. It should be for $125 for the, let's see, how big is this? This is 2 ounces. Okay, so not too bad, but there is something to this. I have to say, in here where they talk about like buttercream and all of this like sweetness, I don't get an overly gourmand sweet. This is definitely more fruity sweet. Like you get that blueberry, and I don't think that there are a lot of fragrances out there that have a lot of blueberry, which is why I thought this was very unique. It does have that champagne lightness. I don't get a lot of rose from this. You know, you think rose water. I get a floral to it, but to me, it's not something that I can necessarily place. And I don't know if it's the patchouli, but there's something at the beginning of this, like just right away when I spray it on, that gives me a bit of like bug spray. So it's like, it goes away really fast, but there's just something, like even as I'm like just sniffing right here, I get that little bit of bug spray vibe. This is a fairly strong one. Now, I don't think that this necessarily like is like a beast as far as like wear time, projection, but it is a little bit stronger at first. So this probably isn't one that I'd wear on the hottest of days. If I had really taken a bit more time and sat with it, would I have decided to pick it up? I'm not really sure. It's just so unique. I'm just hoping that I get some good use out of it. I think it's just that initial like bug sprayness that I'm like, I'm not sure. I do really like it though. Once I've been wearing it for a little bit, I'm like, yeah, this is so unique. And I just get that like blueberry vibe from it. So the bottle is gorgeous. I will definitely enjoy wearing it. It's one of those that I almost like wish that I had like paused on. That isn't even the regret in here. That isn't the regret. It's just the one where I'm like, was it a need? Maybe not. So let's go ahead. I might as well just right now talk about the regret in all of this. So this is one that I got from Scentbird, and this is a DS&Durga scent, and it is pistachio. So I really wanted to try this. I was hoping that this was going to be everything that I wanted out of the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. It is not. It is some of that. I think you get a lot more of the nuttiness and like that rich, creamy vibe that pistachio has, but there's a lot of patchouli in this. It's patchouli heavy to me, and that's not something that I really enjoy. Like, honestly, I'm trying to think. I am really trying to think, is this something that I will even wear much? It's just so patchouli. I might give this to Jeremy to try, and if it's not something that he really enjoys, I might pass this along to another scent loving friend who enjoys patchouli more. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It definitely is more of that like nuttiness. It's just got so much darn patchouli to it. Like as it dries down, I just feel like I'm sort of like creamy patchouli. Creamy patchouli. And that's not what I want. It's not what I want. So that was a little bit of a bummer. Another one that honestly I sort of accidentally got, I decided I was just gonna like clear out some of the scents in my Scentbird, pop 3 in there. And when I did that, I must have been super close to like when my scents were gonna roll out for the month, because it didn't even give me time to like reorg. You know, I was like, oops, I would have flipped some stuff around, and Skylar's Coconut Cove ended up coming to me. So this is one that isn't bad by any means. It's not bad by any means. It just isn't overly unique. So on the Skylar website, this says that Coconut Cove transports your spirit to a place where creamy coconut mingles with the scent of coastal winds through green trees heightened by blooms of jasmine and gardenia, almost intoxicating in its tranquility. It's a sensual, calming scent that will awaken your desire to make your own way in the world. And you know what? Maybe that's what it is. It's the fact that this is coconut, but it is cool. You know what I mean? Like when I think of coconut, I think of warm, cozy, beachy. This is like, it's beachy, but it's like cool nights on the beach, you know, or like cool early mornings more, not like nights, but like early morning freshness. And I think that that's something that if you tend to be someone who really, you know, doesn't want like that sweet, like warm coconut, you like coconut, but you do want it on the fresher side, you might like this. So the top notes are bergamot, cardamom, hibiscus nectar, twist of lemon. The middle is coconut, jasmine petal, gardenia, lush greens. The base is ambrox, coastal woods, heliotrope, and vanilla orchid. So all of that together just gives you this like fresh, airy coconut. I like it. I think I'll probably layer it with some things. It's just not, I don't know, it just wasn't a need for me. And in smelling some of the Skylar scents, I probably knew that. Like I was actually in Sephora not too long before I did this, and I was just smelling a couple of them. I was like, these are okay, but it's just not a scent house that like really, that I connect to for whatever reason. So I probably would have like bumped it down before I did this, but now that I got it, you know, I will enjoy using it. It's just not something that is like, ooh, yeah, it's not full bottle worthy for me. So I will enjoy having it here. I think that it'll be another one that is probably nice kind of going into the fall where it's like that transitional time. That could be really nice for like end of summer vibes, or on days that are really hot. This could also be another one that gives me summer vibes without being like overly like cloying. So as I'm saying this, I'm like giving you its benefits. It's just not something that like really like steals my heart. So the third scent that I got out of this little trio on Scentbird is one that I really, really like. So this is one that I've been trying to get for a while, and every time it's at the top of my list, it seems to like be like out of stock, and they're like, oh, we had to go give you your next scent, and it's just driving me wild. And so I saw that it was in stock, and that's when I was like, okay, we're just gonna buy everything. We're just gonna buy all the things in my cart right now. You get a little discount by doing it that way, and then I would get what I wanted. And this is Confessions of a Rebel Bite Me. So like I said, this is something that's been on my list for a while to try. Let me pull up the notes. And by the way, I did decide that when I'm talking about things that I've gotten from Scentbird, I don't go through and pull up the notes from Scentbird because I think that they lack a lot. They miss a lot of the notes that are in there. So I usually just go to the brand site. So on the Confessions of a Rebel site, this is what it says. You're never one to bite your tongue, but are always one to bite back. Sweet strawberry flirts with a whisper of red apple to create a frisky, fruit-forward air, while vanilla orchid and jasmine add a creamy, sensual vibe. Just before people assume you're too sweet, a shot of golden rum checks them immediately with a sassy, ever-so-timely comeback. You're certainly no one to bleep with, and you have no problem reminding whoever tries to challenge you. And then at the bottom of the site, they say that strawberry, red apple, vanilla orchid, jasmine, and golden rum are the main notes in this scent. So there is just something so sexy about this. It does have a slight like powderiness to it. It's almost to me like a little whipped creaminess to it. Maybe that's what it is. It's almost like whipped cream more than powder. So I get the strawberry, I get the apple. It's fruity, it's sexy. I get the booziness. This is definitely not one I would wear this time of year. I'm definitely going to enjoy it more in the fall and winter, but there's just something sweet and sexy about this one. I am really excited to get to wear this more. I could see it being full bottle worthy, but I can't say that yet just because I haven't really gotten a chance to wear this much, just because it's just too much for this warm season, in my opinion. But really enjoying that. Okay, so now one that is not too much for this warm season and that I am loving so much, and I planned on getting it, and I ended up getting a great deal on it thanks to another fragrance-loving friend. This is DS&Durga Debaser. So this is one that I fell head over heels in love with when I was on my trip to Chicago with my friend Liz, and we were doing the most. We were doing the most when it came to fragrance hunting. We had both really been wanting to smell some of the DS&Durga scents, and while we were both in Chicago, it's like, let's hunt down a retailer. So on the DS&Durga site, they listed Todd Snyder as one of the spots to go, which is a men's outfitter, I guess I would say, like very boutique, very gorgeous items, like very, very. However, they had two scents, one of them being an exclusive scent that you can only get at Todd Snyder, I believe. So we were like, oh. So they actually led us in the direction of Murs. They're like, listen, if you two are fragrance nerds, you need to go to Murs Apothecary, which is, I believe, the oldest apothecary in the United States. I could be wrong on that, but they are definitely known as one of the best places to check out fragrance. So we went to the shops at Murs, which by the way is their tag on Instagram, the shops at Murs. And let me tell you, these salespeople there were so nice. They really, truly let us sample everything that we wanted. So they had a little bit of everything, like some bigger brands, some niche brands. I mean, we tried Imaginary Authors, DS&Durga, oh my gosh, so many other like brands that I'd never heard of. And I ended up with two on my wish list. One of them was Debaser, which is a very fig forward scent. So right here on the package, DS&Durga says, the wild shrill of Black Francis coming through the radio in the August heat. Ripe fig, iris, coconut milk, tonka, and dry blonde woods. So they list the notes as bergamot, green leaf, pear stem, fig, coconut milk, and iris, and blonde woods, tonka bean, and moss. So I did put this on. So there's just something, again, I mean, it is a very fig forward fragrance. And to me, it is more of the green of the fig. You are getting a very, very green scent, like green. It is green. It's like 90% green, maybe 80% green and 20% creamy. So I get this very moist, green, fresh scent at the front, and then kind of this like calm down into the creaminess of the fig, the coconut milk, and a little bit of that woodiness. But it is a very, very green, clean scent. Oh, it's just amazing. And this normally, I believe, retails for $180. It's not cheap, y'all. It's not cheap. I was like, I'm going to wait for a sale. I'm going to wait for a sale. I am not going to buy this at full price. I was starting to look on Mercari. I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to put this on my wish list. And then DS&Durga was having a sample sale, and Colin from Queer Bones I think they sent me their list that they got. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Sample sale? So I immediately went to the site and I was like, oh my gosh, they had so many of their scents on sale. And this, I think I got for $90. And looking at it, I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the label. I don't see anything on the box that would make it like unsuited for regular sale. But let me tell you, I'm glad that I got it for like half price. This is one that I will definitely go through a full bottle. I just know it. I think this would be great to layer with. It's going to be great for those like pick-me-up days. It's just such a wonderful scent. I am also very, very glad that we went to Nars and got to try a lot of the fragrances because, to be honest, what I thought a lot of the scents from DS&Durga were going to be is not what I ended up experiencing when I tried them. So there really wasn't a lot that I was like, yes, I need to have this. I don't know what is another one that's really nice, but that's another like molecular, you know, just sort of like that ambroxan or isoe super kind of vibe. So it's not something that I need because I have scents like that in my collection. But other than that, they were all just a little different, you know, and I'm thinking of it from like paying full price, which I think is the way that I should go into this. You know, it was very easy to be like, well, I think I kind of like that one for $90. Should I pick it up? No, you should not, Kelly. You should not. You should not pick up anything that you didn't just truly love. So I held off and I didn't. But thank you, Colin, for alerting me to the sale because I probably would have missed out because things were going like hotcakes. So I really appreciate that. Gotta love having friends in this community so where we can all help save each other money. But I do really enjoy this scent. It is just lovely. You know, DS&Durga, the packaging is just clean, simple, sophisticated. I really enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy this fragrance a lot. I think that's it. Is that it? That is going to be it for now for this haul. The one scent that I did want to let you know is on my wish list, is also from that trip to Nars. And this is a limited edition scent, which is really giving me itchy fingers to pick it up before it goes away again. In fact, the salesperson at Nars had said, actually, this was from maybe last summer, a previous summer, and it went away. And people were like, no, don't take it away. So when they brought it back, everyone was excited, but it is still listed as limited edition. So this is Ilio, by the way. I should probably just let you know that. So the main notes in Ilio are prickly pear, bergamot, jasmine, and iris. And the brand says, from the prickly pears clustering along a narrow cove to the lavender and lemongrass on a terrace at sunset, to smell their scents is to be swept away to a far-off place. So there was just something about this scent. When we went to Nars, I kind of decided I'm going to pick out 2 scents to actually put on so that I can wear them for a couple hours. So I think we both maybe did that. Liz and I both did that, and it was like, okay, let's walk around, smell these. And I literally just kept like sniffing myself, and I was like, I am not sure I can pick one. I'm really not. Like the Debaser smells very green, whereas the Ilio was uniquely fresh and fruity, but not overly sweet. There was just something to it. And I was like, man, this is super unique. But of course, Diptyque is pricey. So it's $175 for 100 milliliters. That's actually not bad considering that the DS&Durga are 50 ml bottles. So it would be a lot of fragrance. I have a couple gift cards that I'm considering using. I'm having a couple gift cards. I'm just kind of waiting for some sort of like fragrance sale. So that one is on my list. It's really on my list and I would like to get it, but obviously I have enough scent. But because it was limited edition, I feel like I might snag it at the end of the season, especially if I can get any kind of a sale, like even 10%, y'all. Sometimes I'm okay with just getting 10% off. Anyway, so that is what's on my wish list. And then after that, I'm gonna really enjoy what I have. I'm gonna try to organize all my samples, get everything together, really enjoy using some of the fragrance that I have, and we'll see. We'll see where I go from there. I just need to kind of like calm myself for a little while. We'll see, fingers crossed. Okay, thank you for coming to this confessional. I hope you enjoyed this haul as well. Let me know if you found some fragrances that you are just adoring right now down below, even though I can't get any samples right now because I just told you I can't get any samples. Okay, I'll see you soon.